Hey guys, this is Kristen with Mermaid Wax. I'm going to talk to you about optimizing your salon schedule. Now, before I dive in, if y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to comment down below, like, subscribe. I love connecting with all of you guys and chatting with you. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Okay, so optimizing your salon schedule. So understanding how to set up like a new business or new salon, that already is tricky, especially when you're just starting out. But no one really talks about how to handle scheduling your clients and the best way to go about that. So I kind of wanted to explain my experience and what I did differently than what I see a lot of people do now. So many companies offer online bookings. You go to their website, you schedule online, you're able to see everything they have available, what appointments they already have, how busy they are, how not busy they are, and they can schedule whenever they want. This can cause clients to book at the opposite times of the day. So especially when you're just starting out, you probably don't have a lot of clients. For me, I moved to a different state when I opened my salon. So I had 0 customers, nobody, starting from 100% scratch. So the last thing I wanted was to have someone book in the morning and someone book in the evening, and then I'm just sitting around for the other 6 hours trying to figure out what to do, or just hope that someone was going to happen to walk in, or happen to make an appointment that one-on-one that day, which sometimes happens, sometimes it doesn't. But I did not like the idea of that. So I wanted to change things and create my schedule in the best, smartest way possible, where I had 100% control of it. Now, first things first, I recommend 2 phones. One for your personal and then one for business. In my opinion, if you have one for business, then whenever your business hours are over, you can set that phone in a different room, turn it on Do Not Disturb, and forget about it. Of course, you can get something like a Google number or Vumber or something like that, where you can attach another phone number to that phone. But personally, I found if I was still getting those messages on my personal phone, it made me want to open them up and want to look through them or want to answer the phone. So if I just had a totally separate phone from business and personal, then that temptation went away, because people need to respect your business hours. If you think about a big time company, once the business is closed, there's not still people there after hours answering the phones or responding to a text message. If they're closed, they're closed. So you should do the same thing. So I recommend 2 phones. Okay, now on to scheduling. So if you're open between like 10 and 6, like I said, you might have someone that books earlier, like at 11, and then someone else that wants to come in at like 5:30. And then you have all this extra time in between. So especially when you're just starting out, it's going to take time to build up those clients. And obviously there's other stuff you can be doing in your salon, making content, practicing, stuff like that. But it would be so much better if you could actually use your time more wisely, and then get all your clients together to schedule at one time, or in a similar time at least. I didn't like the idea of having to sit around and wait for somebody. So I did things different than I've seen anybody do that I'm aware of, at least. Maybe someone has, and I just haven't met them yet. Okay, so instead I forced all of my clients to schedule through me. This sounds daunting, but it allows you to 100% control your schedule, and it will benefit you in more ways than one. So a client would call or text, and if I couldn't answer immediately, whether I was like with a client or something like that, I would get back to them as soon as possible. So either the same day, or if they contacted me outside business hours, then I would contact them the next morning. If you're with clients back to back, and someone calls or texts and you can't answer, then it's really easy just to grab your phone, check your messages after that client leaves, in between your clients, and respond to a text. Or if you have people back to back, one leaves, next one comes in, just say, hey, come on in, give me 2 seconds, let me respond to this text. People are gonna be like, no problem. I have not had a single person that was like, how rude, you're responding to a text. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hang on, I got a client that's trying to schedule, give me 1 second. Like, and if they're gonna be rude, then you don't want them as clients anyway. But in my experience, I have not had a single person ever do that in 10 years. But yeah, you can very easily just go through your messages and respond to anything. If someone did call and leave voicemail, most of the time, I would then respond with the text. If they'd answer, then I would call them, because texting is so much easier, especially if you are busy doing other things. Some people also just, well, it's funny because some people like texting and some people really like talking on the phone. You tend to figure out who those clients are pretty quick. People who are first timers tend to want to talk on the phone more because they have more questions. And maybe they just want to hear your voice and see if they jive with you. If they're going to be laying on your table potentially naked, then I totally get it. But yeah, stuff like that is actually a lot easier than you would think to do while you're already working. So, okay, when a client would call or text to schedule an appointment, I would ask them, what days are best and what is your preferred time of day? So like morning, afternoon, evening, and then give me like what days of the week are best for you. So I would offer them, depending on what they said, 2, 3, maybe 4 times, like 4 appointment slots max. So this is me looking at my schedule. They do not see my schedule. I would offer them a couple of appointments, and I would try to stagger my schedule. So if I worked like Tuesday through Saturday, I might do like a Tuesday morning, a Wednesday afternoon. Tuesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, Thursday morning, Friday morning, and then Saturday afternoon, something like that. So that whenever I started booking people, I would stagger those days. In the beginning, never, if I already had a morning appointment, like a 9 o'clock appointment, I would never on that same day schedule somebody else in that evening. I would just say the rest of that day is full. I can get you tomorrow evening though at this time, or whatever day it was. Because I wanted to control my schedule. If they want to come see me, they're going to have to work around my other clients, which did not really exist at the time. Okay, so let's say let me give you like an example of this because it can get confusing. I have clients on like a Tuesday at 4 o'clock, a Wednesday at 10, and then a Thursday at 2. So I only had 3 appointments for that week. Tuesday at 4, Wednesday at 10, Thursday at 2. So I had like a late afternoon, evening, a morning, and then an afternoon appointment. And then a new client comes in wanting an afternoon appointment. Excuse me, I would offer that new client a Tuesday appointment, say like 4:30 or 5, or a Thursday appointment at like 1:30 or 3. That way, if I couldn't get another person to come in and fill in between those spots, because there was time gaps, then at least I was only waiting around for an hour maximum. So in the beginning, I would tend to keep it within an hour of an already scheduled appointment. And then if they said, oh, none of those times work, do you have anything else? Then I would pause for a second and then say, well, okay, I can squeeze you in right here and offer one more time. If that time still didn't work, then I would say, that's all I have for this week. I can get you in next week though, and then rearrange your schedule by that. So what this does, it sounds scary to do, especially when you're starting, because you don't want to potentially turn people away, which is going to happen. But it also gives your clients the illusion that you have a lot more clients than you actually have. It makes them want to book with you more because they know that if you are busy, that means you are great at your job. It also lets them know that if they don't schedule now, they might not get in at all, which that happened all the time. Even if you're just starting out, it can make the customer uncomfortable if they see that you have all of these open time frames available, or you only have a couple of appointments that are full. We are people that we all want what we can't have. We desire things that other people desire. It's just in our nature. So if they see that you are a highly sought after waxer or hairstylist or, anything, this really goes kind of with any business where you schedule appointments, but if they see that you are very highly sought after, that makes them want you more. It makes your clients think that that you are super booked, and that they need to schedule with you now, otherwise they will not get in for a while. I also recommend trying to enforce your clients that you do have to pre-schedule before they leave their appointment. I do the exact same thing when they're pre-scheduling. I'll say, okay, did this time work for you on this day? Is there anything different you want to change? And then based on that answer, I would give them 2, 3, 4 available times a month from then, or however, whenever they want to come back in. So that it gave the illusion that even a month from now, I'm almost booked. So you better schedule now, otherwise you're not going to get in when you want. It's going to upset you. That worked out so well. I cannot even tell you how well that worked, because I had some people like, oh my gosh, dang, you're already booked. Okay, yeah, let's do this time. All the time. Now keep in mind, you're going to start, I mean, at least for me, I started filling up pretty quickly. And then once you start filling up quickly, then I was able to kind of tweak my method. And instead of only offering within like a 1 hour window of another appointment, I would offer a 2 hour window or a 3 hour window. So if I had like a Wednesday at noon, then I could say, well, I would go up to like, I can do a 10 a.m. at noon, or I could do a 2 p.m. at noon. So because then I already know more clients are going to be calling me and getting in and booking those times. So like I said, is it an illusion? But if you are good at your skill, you use quality products, you are clean, you're respectful, people are going to schedule with you. So this really, really worked out for me, and it got me full quickly. And because of that, I will never go to online scheduling. Even now, I would never go to online scheduling. So I hope this helps. And if someone else does this, let me know. I'm really curious if anybody else has kind of come across this. But of course, you can do whatever you want with scheduling appointments. I just hope this helps somebody, because it just did wonders for me and really allowed me to utilize my time and not just be sitting around waiting until I got my books filled up, where I didn't even have to worry about that anymore, because no matter what, I'm going to be slammed from 10 to 8 or wherever, however I worked that day. So thanks again for watching. Any questions, let me know. We'll see you next time. Bye guys.